despite everything that's happened, CJ Gardner-Johnson would love to come back to Philly. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Ding back here. So the Combine week is upon us, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Not only are we going to see a bunch of different prospects and guys who will rise and fall on the draft lists, but we're going to get to see, really for the first time, potential guys that would fit the Philadelphia Eagles perfectly for the draft. And this is also a time where front offices begin to talk to each other. They begin to talk to scouts. And we may start to hear some interesting things coming out about who may be shopping who and where. Now, I expect A.J.Brown not to go anywhere. Absolutely, I expect him to be an Eagle next year. But the rumors, are going to go crazy, and they're going to come out. Now, before I start this video, I gotta say this. Congratulations to the men's Olympic hockey team on winning the gold. First since, 1980? I don't really watch much Olympics, but the one thing I did watch was the hockey. So congratulations to them. That was very awesome today. Waking up 7 o'clock this morning to catch the rest of the game. I missed the first period, but it was pretty awesome. And it was a great game. Congratulations to them on winning gold. I thought it was awesome. It was beautiful. Unfortunately, not very many Flyers, but what are you going to do? Flyers don't know how to build a team. I'll help them, though. I will. Now, as far as the Eagles go, like I said, Combine is this week. But one thing I find very interesting is Mr. CJ Gardner-Johnson. As much as I love him, and I do, he leaves, and it's like he's never really gone. He always finds a way to get back into everything. Did you guys see this on what he said about potentially coming back to the Eagles if given an opportunity?
Would you ever come back to Philly, gang?
Yeah.
You would?
Tell them boys to get with me.
Bro, bring CJ back, gang.
Now, I would love to have CJ Gardner-Johnson back. I would. And I know a lot of people don't like him. And I know that there's issues within the front office about CJ Gardner-Johnson. I mean, the one rumor last year was it was Christian Parker that didn't want CJ Gardner-Johnson on the team. With him leaving, could that open a door for CJ Gardner-Johnson to return? I mean, say what you want about him, okay? But here's the one thing. When CJ Gardner-Johnson's on the team, guess what? The Eagles go to the Super Bowl. Both years he was on the roster, they went to the Super Bowl. He comes, you go to the Super Bowl. He leaves, you don't go to the Super Bowl. You kind of collapse. And then he comes back, and you go win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, if he's on this team, will the Eagles go back to the Super Bowl if you bring him back? Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think the Eagles will do it. I don't think they want to do it. But CJ Gardner-Johnson, despite everything that's happened, would love to come back, and I would love to have him. You're going to need another safety. Unless the Eagles sign Reed Blankenship, which I still think there's actually a chance that they will. I think it's a better chance than a lot of people think, because I don't think CJ Gardner-Johnson's going to get the money that people think he's going to get on the open market. So I do think there's a potential that Reed Blankenship could come back. But if he ends up in Dallas, which it seems like every Eagle defensive player, Blankenship, Kobe Dean, Jalen, they're all going to be Cowboys, according to the Cowboy fans. But if Reed does go, you need a safety. And you got Makuba, he's coming off an injury. And I like Makuba, but man, he is small, and he's already been hurt a lot. So I still think you need to get a veteran safety in there. As well as possibly draft another. Sidney Brown isn't the guy. I know a lot of people like Epps, but he's not the long-term plan. To me, he's not even a legit starter. I think he's a good rotational backup type guy, but I don't consider him a starter. CJ Gardner-Johnson comes in right away. You know what he's going to give you. He's not perfect, but he's decent, and I think he would be a huge upgrade for the Eagles. Would they do it? Probably not. I don't expect it. So why am I talking about it? Because my heart hurts from C.J. Gardner-Johnson going twice. What can I say? But I do think it's interesting that he wants to come back. I like that there's not a lot of bitterness there. Also, we got to talk about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was recently getting interviewed, and he was talking, of course, you guys saw the clip with, he was talking about A.J. Brown and how A.J. Brown was a Patriots fan, and he is just joking around with what he said. Yeah, I mean, all stuff I agree with. But here's what he said real quick about his new offense, which is really, I think, important and refreshing to hear.
Going on year 9, which is crazy to say. And I've had a lot of different coaches and head coaches and been a part of a lot of systems. And I don't think I really came across a system like this. And for me, it's just about, it's refreshing. You get something new. You get to learn something new. I got to meet him. We didn't really talk about X's and O's, and kind of just really, kept it just introduction, and got to meet a lot of the new guys on offense. But as a competitor, you love it. You love the challenge of putting yourself in a new system and, doing the things that you do really well, and also things that you need approval on and that they're going to challenge us to do. And I feel like we are able to have that mindset as an offense and buy into that.
So Saquon Barkley is pretty excited about what is going to be coming to Philly offensively. And I think that's good. I think a lot of people are writing Saquon Barkley off like, oh, he's shot, he had nothing left. The problems last year in the run game were not Saquon Barkley. Saquon looked as explosive, as fast, as strong as ever. If anything, maybe he was a little bigger than he was the year before, but Saquon Barkley, in my opinion, looked fine running the ball. I think some of the stuff that happened to him was because he was getting hit as soon as he would get the ball, he started to dance a little too much. But I think for the most part, I think his talent level was still there. I don't think there was a falling off. Like a lot of times you get guys, they run for 2,000 yards. They're never the same. You see it the next year. They look tired. They have no explosion. They look slower. They just don't look like the same guy. That was never the case with Saquon Barkley last year, in my opinion. Saquon Barkley looked great, and he's excited about this offense, and he feels like it's going to be refreshing. He talked to the coaching staff, not a lot, but he has talked some, and I think that him being exciting and feeling like it's going to be refreshing is a good thing. The key to the Eagles' offense, I don't care about who the coach is and all that stuff, although I'm glad Patulo is gone, but if you do not have a offensive line that can block and pass protect, you are going to have a problem no matter what kind of offense you're running. So until the Eagles address the offensive line and take care of that, then you're going to have a problem. I don't care who the running back is. Saquon looked fine to me last year in terms of what he has left. I expect a rebound because I think this offensive line is going to be a lot better. My opinion, and like I said, looking at this from half full, a cup half full, I think Landon Dickerson with the year rest is going to be much better. I think Cam Jurgens is actually the bigger question mark. He's going and getting a stem cell treatment. Like, is this like a last plan or last hope for him? He's the guy we have to be worried about. But if he comes back and he's healthy, I think Landon Dickerson will. I think Lane will be Lane. I'd like to see them upgrade that right guard spot. But this offensive line can start being much more dominant than it was a year ago and get back to what we're normally used to with them. But the key is the offensive line. And Barkley, he's excited about the new offense. And like I said, I do not think Saquon Barkley was ever the issue last year. I think it was the offensive line. And then I think Barkley starts pressing. He starts dancing too much. And it's just like a chain of events that goes bad. I think if you looked at Barkley's running towards the end of the year, I actually think he looked better. So I expect a big year for Barkley. I think he's going to rebound in a big way. With that said, it should be a very, very interesting week this week. Hope to see you guys. With that said, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Hope you guys do too. I'll talk to you later, of course. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it.
Oh, God. No. I want to be like the Eagles.
That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.